Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Life in a Year. And this is a film from director Michka Okorn, and starring Jaden Smith and Cara Delevingne as two young people who connect. And over the course of this film, you have Jaden Smith, who is like this kid's supposed to go to Harvard. Has this plan with his dad, Cuba Gooding Jr., for years, and with the support of his mother, Nia Long. And he just so happens to be at a concert with his friends and happens upon this girl, Isabel, played by Cara Delevingne, who it's that like manic pixie dream girl kind of character where it's just like she's so different and rambunctious and she's so edgy and free-spirited and gonna help him like open up and see life for what it is. And of course, she's also dying. So throw all of those things up in a ball, throw it into this film, and that's what you're watching here. Michka Okorn really creates a tone that's super manipulative, and like movies are manipulative. That's what they do. That's what they're supposed to do. But when you're conscious of it, that's when it starts coming off strangely and doesn't work. And this film feels like you're being manipulated. It's like, how many different things can we do to make you feel bad, or make you sad, or make you love them, or hate them? And throughout this film, it's a lot of that kind of emotion. Think A Fault in Our Stars. Think things like what was it, 5 Feet Between Us, or whatever the hell that movie was too. And it has that tone. I don't think this film's as good as Fault in Our Stars, but it has that. And it's like, if you're into those kinds of movies, this is right up your alley. If you like roll your eyes at a film like that, you're not going to like this one. This isn't for you. And you go through all of the different things, and like, you have Jaden Smith's character, Darren, who wants to plan out her whole last year down to the T, because that's who he is, and it's against what she wants, and he opens up and he grows and realizes you have to live life to the fullest, and he's going to pursue his career of rapping instead of trying to go to Harvard, and he has conflict with his father, which there's some moments that gets really like intense, and like Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character is pretty despicable up until like the very end of the movie. And like Nia Long's there, she's doing her thing, she's being a supportive mom. The big thing is like most of the supporting cast here isn't really utilized very heavily, and like some of them are for comic relief, like Chris D'Elia, who is like a glorified au pair or so for Cara Delevingne's character, and there's just so many moving pieces here, so many particular like dramatic elements that you could possibly throw into the script. Jaden Smith is fine in this film. There's definitely some moments where he's not the greatest, and I've never been a huge fan of Cara Delevingne, especially because of Suicide Squad, but I realized films like this, she can really work. She honestly kind of feels like Emma Stone. But like, she works in this film. She's the best part in this film, even though her character is still so very much just like that stereotype here. And in the end, Life in a Year is exactly the kind of movie you're expecting. It doesn't do anything fresh or different. It still feels very soap opera-y and overly manipulative, and there's some sweet and endearing moments, and some of them hit for me. I'm a huge fan of their hedgehog. But the thing is, in the end, it's just going to be one of those kinds of movies where it's like, expect a feels trip, except it's something that doesn't feel really tangible or really true and genuine in many ways. It feels like I'm watching a movie, let's see how many terrible things can happen to this young couple that they can persevere through. And then it gets real, because she is sick, and you can see where this film is going, and you know exactly where it goes. But in the end, this wasn't necessarily my kind of thing. It didn't really click for me. But if you do like films like this, I think this is a serviceable, fine addition to that subgenre of romantic films. But those are my thoughts on Life in a Year. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.